But when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? Good morning. In the Gospel reading today, Jesus reminds us of the necessity to pray always, without becoming weary, to persevere in having faith in prayer, that the Lord will hear us and that he will answer. In the parable of the unjust judge that Jesus tells in today's Gospel, he is speaking of how the one who came to him, the widow, persevered and would not give up, eventually leading the judge to answer her request. The just judge, our Lord, does hear our requests. And if we have faith, he will answer. Will he be slow to answer them? I tell you, he will see to it that justice is done for them. Our God is just, and he answers our prayers in the way that brings justice. He may not answer in the way that we at first request. He may not answer in the way that we think we would want God to answer. But God does listen and answer with justice. If only we have faith that he will. In the first reading in the Psalm today, the people of Israel are being reminded of how just God was, how he heard their prayers. They're being reminded of how God had delivered the people of Israel from the bondage of slavery at the time of the Exodus. But that the Lord comes in ways that we at first may not be able to see, that we first may not be paying attention to. For he does not often come in glory, majesty, power. He comes when peaceful stillness, as he came into our world, into the peaceful stillness of that night in Bethlehem. He did not come to the powerful. He did not come with glory and majesty. He came instead with simplicity, humility. He came to where we were. And he came to bring his love. And that love continues to work in our hearts and our lives and in our world. The psalmist calls the people of Israel to remember the marvels the Lord has done. Let us remember the marvels the Lord has done in our lives. To remember the times when we have felt his presence and his love. To remember how we have felt his presence in the Mass and truly knew that he was there with us in his body and blood. To remember the marvels of his forgiveness when we have felt his mercy in the sacrament of reconciliation. To remember the marvels of the blessings of our children, our families. Yes, to proclaim all his wondrous deeds that he has done. As we remember how God has been there, has provided, has blessed us, may we persevere in prayer and in faith today that God does hear and answer, and that his love will always be there for us.